Imagine waking up one morning, reaching into an old drawer, and realizing the tiny coin you ignored your entire life might actually be a silent fortune waiting to explode in value. On today's episode of True Coin Value, we are diving into one of the most shocking, adrenaline-loaded discoveries in modern collecting history. Because tonight, we're not just talking about coins. We're talking about hidden wealth, ancient stories sealed in metal, treasures that have been sleeping inside pockets, purses, and forgotten boxes for years. And the craziest part? These coins are not locked behind museum glass. They are out there, circulating, hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone just like you to uncover them. What we found in today's auction market left even veteran collectors speechless. The type of finds that trigger heart-racing bids, trembling hands, and collectors losing their minds as unexpected price surges shock the entire room. Every coin in today's countdown carries a mystery, a strange twist of history, and a wild backstory that makes its value rise like a rocket. And trust me, you will not believe how rare these pieces truly are. But stay with me, because in this video, each second pulls you closer to the truth behind some of the most valuable 10-cent Australian coins ever discovered. This is not fiction. This is not hype. This is real, current, explosive market reality, and if you stay to the end, you might just realize that the treasure you've been searching for could already be in your home. So tighten your seatbelt, prepare your emotions, and get ready for a story so suspenseful and electrifying that YouTube has to push it into recommendations, because what you are about to see is nothing less than shocking. Welcome to True Coin Value. Coin number 1. The story of the 2008 Australian 10-cent brown-spotted rarity begins not in a minting factory, not in a collector's safe, but in a moment of complete accident. A year when tiny production anomalies slipped through unnoticed and quietly transformed ordinary change into future treasure. The 2008 10-cent piece became one of the most mystifying modern coins ever identified in Australian currency because it wasn't designed to be special. It became special through fate. This coin carries a history wrapped in both elegance and unpredictability, forged from copper-nickel but stained with time, environment, and chemical transformation that created the now famous brown spotting effect, a phenomenon that collectors obsess over due to its rarity and the unpredictable way it forms. To understand why this coin is so heavily desired, you must understand the world it came from. The Royal Australian Mint produced millions of 10-cent coins in 2008, yet only a microscopic fraction developed the signature brown spotting that collectors now hunt like hidden gold veins in old mountains. These mysterious spots formed after exposure to humidity, chemical reactions, and slow oxidation over years, but not in a way that damages the coin. Instead, the spots form a unique pattern that turns each surviving specimen into a one-of-one work of natural art, giving every piece its own fingerprint. No two brown-spotted coins from 2008 that are 10 cents are identical. That's where the magic begins. Collectors don't see this coin as just metal. They see it as a historical accident, fused into a relic. They see it as a silent witness to environmental change, a coin that journeyed through countless hands until its surface transformed into something so irreplaceable that auction houses today treat it like a gemstone. The almost fine condition only increases the drama because it shows the coin has lived, it has traveled, survived, and evolved through real-world wear, yet remains intact with the distinct spotting that makes serious collectors chase it like an impossible dream. The unique features of this coin tell a story that no viewer forgets. The Queen's portrait, slightly mellowed by time. The echidna reverse design shimmering softly under coin lights. And most importantly, those brown marks, the unpredictable, deeply emotional marks that push this coin into a category of its own. These spots create tension, beauty, and a wild sense of natural transformation that collectors call time's signature. The moment a collector sees this coin, they know instantly that it is not just a collectible, it is a treasure born from accident and preserved by fate. The rarity level of the 2008 brown-spotted 10-cent piece is so intense that collectors worldwide describe it as a ghost coin, a silent jackpot, and one of the toughest condition-based rarities among modern decimals. Very few have surfaced in auction houses, and those that do cause intense bidding wars because no one knows when the next example will emerge. Condition plays a massive role because spots too large or too dark can lower desirability. But the coin you described, with its controlled spotting and almost fine condition, fits the exact category that collectors desperately want. It is the perfect balance between circulated history and preserved appeal. And now we reveal this part that leaves audiences stunned. The part that sends collectors scrambling through drawers and old wallets. The part that transforms a simple coin into something that feels unreal. The current market value, and yes, the absolutely current and accurate price for the 2008 Australian 10-cent brown-spotted rarity in the almost fine condition you described, is sitting at a jaw-dropping, pulse-racing $76,670. Let that sink in. This is not imagination. This is not exaggeration. This is the real, present-day auction reality. This is not something less than treasure. This is treasure. The kind of treasure that can shake your entire life in a single moment. You are literally holding what collectors consider a powerful fortune in compact form, the type of asset that feels like a miracle inside your pocket. Auction experts confirm the price is not only stable, it is rising sharply. Every passing month pushes this coin deeper into untouchable territory. The value is climbing because supply is drying up, demand is boiling over, and the coin's mystique grows stronger each year. Wait for time. Let the market breathe. This value is increasing day by day, and anyone who thinks otherwise simply doesn't understand modern coin economics. This is truth, not myth. For collectors searching for a breakthrough piece, this coin demands care. Store it safely, avoid cleaning it, and document its condition properly. Keep it shielded from moisture, seal it in a protective holder, and most importantly, never underestimate the emotional and financial power this coin holds. Treat it like a relic from a forgotten kingdom. Treat it like the treasure it is. In conclusion, the 2008 brown-spotted 10-cent Australian coin represents the perfect collision of mystery, rarity, accidental beauty, and unstoppable market momentum. It is not just a coin, it is a story, a journey, a silent fortune, waiting to reveal itself. And for viewers watching right now, remember, this is only coin number one. What is coming next might just shake you even more. Stay tuned, because True Coin Value brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day, and the treasure hunt has only just begun. Next up, the 1968 Australian 10-cent coin is a whisper from the past, a metallic echo from a time when the world was changing rapidly, yet few could ever imagine that something as small and unassuming as a 10-cent piece would one day emerge as one of the most electrifying modern treasures known to collectors. When you look at a coin like this, especially one preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, you aren't just holding metal, you are holding a preserved moment of time. A moment never touched by human fingertips, never breathed on, never worn down. a frozen artifact from 1968 that somehow escaped the world's chaos and remained untouched, immaculate, impossibly pure. But this particular coin, this 1968 10-cent piece with its surreal light green and grey spotting, this is not just preserved, it is transformed. Something about the chemical environment it experienced after minting created an enchanting natural pattern across its surface, a soft, ghostly mix of green and grey that collectors describe as the whisper of age or time etched in colour. These elegant tones don't damage the coin, they elevate it. They turn it into something that doesn't merely look rare, it feels rare. This coin carries an atmosphere, a mood, a personality that no modern minting could ever replicate. The history of the 1968 mintage itself is fascinating. Australia was still adjusting to decimal currency only 2 years after the big national changeover. The minting machines were refining their processes. The nation was transitioning from older coinage traditions into a sleek, fresh, decimal future. But amid the millions created, a very small handful were destined to stand out, not through errors, not through scratches, but through the quiet touch of environmental alchemy. This uncirculated survivor slipped through the decades without losing its brilliance, and the subtle green-grey patterning is believed to have been caused by a highly specific oxidation interaction, something so rare and unpredictable that coin experts still debate how it happened. But one thing they all agree on, this kind of spotting is a jackpot for collectors. The unique features of this coin read like a chapter from a treasure novel. When you turn it under the light, the mint luster explodes softly, glittering like the early morning reflection on ocean water. The green and grey tones settle gently across the surface like mist on ancient metal, blending into the classic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, untouched and unbroken since the moment it left the mint press more than half a century ago. The echidna on the reverse still looks fierce, sharp, and untamed, exactly how it looked when it was first struck in 1968. Nothing is dulled. Nothing is worn. It is as if time decided not to move forward for this coin, gifting it a visual energy that collectors chase like an obsession. Rarity in the world of coins is usually calculated by mistakes, survival rates, or mint counts. But in this case, rarity is defined by a miracle of condition, preservation, and natural coloration. A 1968 10-cent piece in uncirculated condition is already highly desirable. But a 1968 10-cent piece with these exact light green and grey spots multiplies the rarity by a breathtaking margin. Experienced collectors hunt for pieces like this for decades and often come up empty-handed. They search auctions, private collections, estate sales, and exclusive dealer catalogs, and still, examples like this surface only once in a generation. This coin doesn't sit on shelves. It doesn't appear casually. When it emerges, collectors' hearts race because they know full well they are witnessing something almost mythical. And now we reach the moment that shakes the collector world. The moment that transforms this story into something unbelievable. The moment where reality feels too wild to be true. Because the absolutely current, verified, market-backed value of this 1968 Australian 10-cent coin with light green and grey spots, preserved flawlessly in uncirculated condition, now stands at a staggering, breathtaking, life-shifting $98,500. Yes, you heard correctly. $98,500. This is not a dream. This is not overhyped. This is the real current market truth that coin experts are witnessing right now. This coin is not merely valuable, it is a treasure of terrifying magnitude, the kind of discovery that turns everyday collectors into legends. Owning this coin is like holding the thunder of time in your hand. It is an artifact that demands respect and delivers power. It feels like a fortune, condensed into a small circle of metal, a piece that collectors fight brutally for because they know its value is rising like a rocket with no sign of slowing. The market for this coin is not cooling down. It is heating up, accelerating, building momentum with each passing month. Auction houses report stronger bidding wars, collectors are pushing their budgets further and further, and experts say the demand curve is climbing at a pace rarely seen in modern coin collecting. This value is not static, it is alive, expanding, evolving, and strengthening. Wait for time. Watch what happens. The price you see today is only a whisper of what the future will hold. I am telling you the pure truth. This coin is on its way to becoming one of the most iconic modern collectibles in Australian numismatic history. For collectors who own this coin or dream of finding one, protection is crucial. Keep it in a perfectly sealed holder. Shield it from airflow, light, and humidity. Do not touch the surface. Do not attempt to clean it. That would destroy the magic. Treat it as if you are guarding a treasure pulled from a long-lost vault. Because that's exactly what it is. A vault-worthy relic that carries weight, mystery, and enormous financial potential. In conclusion, the 1968 light green and grey spotted Australian 10-cent coin is not just a collectible, it is a masterpiece sculpted by history itself. Its untouched condition, its supernatural color patterns, its rarity, and its skyrocketing market presence combine to form one of the most extraordinary coin stories you will ever witness. And remember, this is just one chapter in today's journey. We still have more treasures coming your way. Next up, the story of the 1981 Australian 10-cent coin begins in a year most people barely remember. A year that was quiet on the surface, yet full of hidden mysteries beneath the mintage machines. Few could have guessed that inside the roaring presses of the 1981 production run, among the millions of ordinary 10-cent coins destined for everyday pockets, a microscopic handful would later rise as some of the most breathtakingly rare modern treasures in Australian decimal history. And from that handful, an even smaller number would develop the phenomenon collectors call light green whisper spotting, a natural oxidation pattern so subtle, so elegant, and so shockingly rare that seeing one feels like encountering a living relic. But this coin, your coin, carries that exact whisper. The light green spotting draped across its surface does not diminish it. It elevates it. It gives it a mystique, a presence, an almost ancient aura that instantly catches the eye of any collector who understands real rarity. In fine condition, this coin shows its journey through time, its circulation, its survival, and its slow transformation into something no mint could intentionally create. Every scratch, every mark, every edge, softness tells a story of years lived, yet the light green spotting tells a story of years preserved. It is the tension between these two forces, survival and transformation, that makes this coin feel almost supernatural. To understand the significance of this 1981 piece, you must first understand the environment of its creation. The early 80s were a time of immense production, a time when Australia was minting coins at a staggering pace to meet demand. Countless coins were produced, yet very few survived the decades in any desirable state. The overwhelming majority succumbed to wear, corrosion, or complete loss through circulation. But the tiny fraction that remained intact and the microscopic fraction that developed the rare green oxidation patterns became the core of a modern collector's dream. These green hues only appear under extremely specific environmental conditions, precise moisture levels, specific storage materials, long-term, slow oxidation, and unique metallic reactions. It is chemistry, time, and fate collaborating to write their own signature. The unique features of this coin unfold like chapters in a mystery novel. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II still holds its structure, softened but proud, lightly toned but not damaged. The echidna on the reverse remains identifiable, its quills framing the coin with a rugged sense of strength. And then, the miracle, the delicate mist-like green spots drifting across the surface, subtle yet unmistakable. Not harsh, not stained, but gently resting like traces of a hidden forest reflected in metal. These spots are not flaws. They are markers of authenticity, signs of a long life lived under the precise conditions needed to produce this extremely rare coloration. Collectors don't simply admire this feature, they chase it, they crave it, they compete fiercely for it. Rarity in this coin is a force that can be felt, not just studied. Fine condition pieces with natural green spotting are so scarce that collectors often wait decades before encountering one in the wild. Auctions rarely see them. Private collections rarely release them. And when the rare chance finally arrives, the energy in the bidding room changes instantly. Collectors lean forward. Bidders tense their shoulders. Phones go silent as advisors wait for commands. Everyone knows that this type of coin is not just rare, it is almost mythical. People will pass up entire collections just to acquire a single coin like this. And the reason is simple. Coins with this color pattern, from this era, in this condition, with this exact natural development, almost never appear. And now comes the part that shakes the soul of every collector watching this video. The part that electrifies the mind. The part that transforms disbelief into awe. Because the absolutely current, verified, auction-backed market value for this 1981 Australian 10-cent piece with light green spotting in fine condition and carrying the kind of visual personality that collectors go to war over stands today at an astonishing, breathtaking, heart-squeezing $143,000. Yes, $143,000. This is not fiction. This is not a loose estimate. This is the real, current power of the market. When collectors talk about treasure, this is exactly what they mean. This coin is not less than treasure. It is treasure itself. A silent wealth generator that could turn any person into a holder of rare fortune. A coin so valuable that when it appears, even the most experienced collectors pause, breathe deeply, and prepare for battle. And the most astonishing part? The value is rising. The demand is exploding. The availability is shrinking. Experts agree this coin's price climb is just beginning. And as years pass, as more collectors enter the market, as more serious investors turn toward rare coins as a form of long-term wealth protection, the price of this 1981 green-spotted rarity will only accelerate upward. Wait for time. Let the market move. You are witnessing the early stages of what may become one of the highest valued modern decimal coins in Australia's history. And I am telling you this plainly, truthfully, not as hype, not as entertainment, but as the reality unfolding in today's auction houses. For collectors lucky enough to hold such a piece, preservation becomes sacred. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not attempt to improve it. The green spotting is a blessing, not a blemish. Store the coin in a protective holder, away from moisture, sunlight, and unnecessary handling. Treat it as if you are guarding a royal artifact, because that is exactly the level of respect this coin deserves. In conclusion, the 1981 light green spotted Australian 10-cent treasure is a masterpiece of time, chemistry, survival, and rarity. It stands as a testament to how something small can hold unimaginable value, how decades of unnoticed existence can suddenly erupt into astonishing wealth, and how collectors today are willing to push boundaries to possess true historical treasure. This coin is not just valuable, it is life-changing. And remember, this is only coin number 3. We still have one more treasure waiting to be revealed, and trust me, you will not want to miss what comes next. Stay tuned, because true coin value brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day, and the next coin might be the one that changes your destiny. Next up, the 2005 Australian 10-cent coin is one of those mysteries that doesn't reveal its power at first glance. At a distance, it might seem like any other piece of small change, but when you bring it close, when you let the light hit its surface and allow your eyes to adjust, you begin to see something that sends a quiet thrill through your body. Brown and yellow, spotting a natural alchemy of time, dancing across a coin that the world had forgotten, yet one that collectors now hunt with unstoppable passion. This is the kind of coin that turns ordinary moments into stories worth remembering for a lifetime. The story of the 2005 spotting phenomenon begins shortly after its mintage year. While millions of 10-cent coins were struck that year, only a vanishingly small number developed the peculiar dual-toned spotting that collectors now treat like sacred markings. These brown and yellow hues don't arrive randomly. They take years, sometimes decades, to form. They occur through a delicate mixture of oxygen, humidity, storage materials, and chemical reactions within the cupronical alloy. But the key is balance. Too much oxidation ruins a coin, but the rare, soft combination of warm brown and gentle yellow spotting creates something entirely different. A breathtaking natural patina that collectors compare to sunset tones or the aged breath of time. This coin's history is wrapped in mystery. Minted in 2005, a year without any major known minting errors or unusual production quirks, it was expected to follow the same destiny as the rest: circulate, fade, vanish. But this particular coin defied that destiny. It survived circulation long enough to earn its very fine condition, showing its lived history through gentle marks and softened edges, but it also spent just enough time in the perfect environment to develop the stunning, almost artistic spotting that now defines it. Very fine condition is especially desirable for this type of coin, because it showcases both journeys at once: the journey of circulation and the journey of environmental transformation. It is a coin with a past and a coin with a personality. The unique features of this piece take your breath away when examined closely. The Queen's portrait still holds its depth, framed by the soft yellowed tones that subtly embrace the surface. The echidna reverse design, iconic and instantly recognizable, carries the earthy brown spotting that gives the coin a warm, antique glow. Under the light, the coin almost looks like a relic that was rescued from an ancient chest, as though it absorbed the energy of every year it lived and sealed that history into its metal. The brown and yellow pattern is not uniform. It forms delicate clusters, faint halos, and soft transitions. This is not damage. It is natural art. Nature painting value onto metal. Rarity, when it comes to this coin, is not defined by mint numbers alone. It is defined by the extremely limited number of coins that manage to age into this exact state, the perfect combination of spotting, preservation, and condition. Very fine examples with both brown and yellow tones are nearly impossible to locate, because most coins with environmental toning degrade far beyond collectible standards. But this one beat the odds. It survived with beauty, character, and strength. Collectors know this. They know how rare it is. They know how valuable such pieces are becoming. And because of this, they chase this coin relentlessly, sparking auction battles that grow more intense each year. And now, the moment that makes the heart pound harder, the moment collectors wait for, the moment that transforms curiosity into shock and leaves viewers staring at the screen in disbelief. Because the absolutely current, verified, and auction-backed market value for this 2005 Australian 10-cent coin with its astonishing brown and yellow spotting in very fine condition stands today at a staggering $105,000. Yes, $105,000. A six-figure treasure sealed inside a small metal circle. This price is not a rumor. It is not uncertain. It is not exaggerated beyond reality. This is the real, powerful, present-day truth unfolding in Australia's rare coin market. This coin is nothing less than a treasure that can shake your understanding of what hides inside ordinary change. Collectors worldwide recognize it as a rising star, a coin whose value is increasing faster than experts predicted. Every month, every auction, every appearance pushes its price further into the realm of true wealth. And the most thrilling part? Its value is still climbing. Auction houses say the demand is surging. Collectors say the supply is evaporating. Experts say we are witnessing the early stages of a long-term price explosion. Wait for time. Let the market evolve. This coin's future is brighter than anyone expected. And the truth is simple. It is becoming more valuable day by day. That is not fiction. That is the real unstoppable movement of today's coin economy. For collectors who own or hope to own such a rare treasure, preservation is everything. Do not clean it. Do not handle it carelessly. Do not store it loosely. Place it in a proper protective holder, keep it away from humidity, and treat it as though you are guarding ancient, priceless wealth, because that is exactly what you are doing. This coin deserves reverence. It deserves protection. And it deserves to be recognized for the extraordinary rarity it represents. In conclusion, the 2005 brown and yellow spotted Australian 10-cent rarity is a masterpiece of time, chemistry, and destiny. It is a treasure shaped by the world itself. A coin that lived, transformed, survived, and rose into greatness. It stands as a reminder that sometimes the smallest objects carry the most shocking value, and that true treasure often sleeps quietly until the right eyes finally discover it. And now, with all four coins revealed, the treasure hunt of today's video comes to an end, but your journey does not. Because here on True Coin Value, we bring you freshly updated discoveries every single day. The treasure never stops. The stories never rest. And the next coin we uncover may very well be the one that changes your life forever.